Chapter 28 Author's Note I said stop glypheming the story. It was a miscat when Professor Reloni said that. Okay, 11111. Go to fucking hell, 111. You suck. Fangs too filly for the help. Raven have fun with Kiwi, 1111. XXX 666 XXX. We went into a black room. The walls were black, with portraits of Gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marlon Maron all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle. Red velvet lined the black box. There were 3 chairs made of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff on it, fishnet sucklings, and a black leather thong underneath. I sat down on one of the chairs despairously. So did Draco and Vampire. "Are you okay?" Vampire asked, potting his alabastard hand on mine. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish, with red crosses on it. "Yeah, I guess," I said sadly. Draco also put his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick. "The problem is... I have to seduce Volximord. I'll have to go back in time." Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. "It's okay, Ebabi," he said finally. "But what about me? You're not going to break up or anything, are you?" "Of course not," I gasped. "Really?" he asked. "Sure," I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Then I took off Draco's MCR shrift and seductively took off his pants. He was hung like a Stallone. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said Enobi on it. Black roses were around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took a video camera. I had said it was okay before. I took of my clothes, then we were there for the ride of our life. We started Frenching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Spock in my you-know-what, and passively we did it. "I love you, Ebabi. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you," he screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched Vampire filmed everything perfectly. Suddenly, "What the fuck are you doing?" It was... Snope and Professor McGoggle. 111. Chapter 29 Author's Note Sot das fuck up, 11. You're just jealous 'cause your prep's so fuck you, 111. Raven, you rock girl, fangs for the help, MCR rocks 666, lots of ones. XXX 666 XXX. "Oh, my Satan one!" we screamed as we jumped out of the coffin. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shoot at us angrily. "Come now!" Preacher McGonagall yielded. We did guiltily. We left the room, putting on our clothes. Snoop garbed the caramel and put it in his pocket. "Hey, what the fuck?" Vampire shooted angrily. "Yeah, Buster, what the fuck are you gonna do with the fucking camera?" Draco demanded, all protective, looking at me longly with his gothic red eyes. "Look, Dumbledore knows your secret, and if you do this again, then you will go to St. Mango's, so give back the camera." "Ha ha ha ha, the Ministry of Mojic thinks he is crazy. There is no way they will believe him," Snoop laughed meanly. "Yes, so shut your mouth, you innocent fools," yelled Professor McGoggle. She made us come into a weird room with white stones all around it. There were all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry, all sexy and sexative. Get it? 'Cause he's a sex bomb, lol. Tom fell not rules for life, but not as much as Gerard Way. Your sex on legs. I love you fucking rock. Marry me. 111. I started to cry tears of vampire blood. It happens in Vampire Chronicles. Raven said so, okay? Fuck you. Vampire took out a black handkerchief and started to wipe my red eyes. And then He and Snoop both took out guns using magic. They started to shoot each other angrily. None of the bullets got on each other yet. I took out my wand. "Crossio!" I shouted. Snap stated to Scram he dropped the gun, but it was too late. Both of them had run out of ballots. I stopped the curse. Professor McGoggle did a spell so that we were all chained up. She took out a box of tools. Then she said, "Okay, Severus, I'm going to go now." She left. Snap started to laugh evilly. Vampire started to cry. "It's okay, Anobi," said Draco. "Evergreen will be all right. Remember the sitio you took of Snake." Snape laughed again, and then he took out some whips. 1111111. Chapter 30. Author's Note. Stop flaming the story, okay? You do not know what's even going to happen, okay? So full you. If you flam, you will be a prep so all flammers can kiss my ass. Suz for saying Alzheimer's is dangerous, but that's the mystery's opinion, 'cause society basically sucks. Fangs to Raven, you rock, bish. 111, XXX, 666, XXX. "No!" we screamed sadly. Snap stated loafing meanly. He took out a chimera anvilly. Then he came towards Draco. He took some stones out of his pocket. He put the stones around Draco and lit a candle. "What the fuck are you doing?" I shooted angrily. Snoop laughed meanly. He pulled down his pants. I gasped. There was a dork mark on his you-know-what. He waved his hand, and a knife came. He gave the knife to me. "You must stab Vrompire," he said to me. "If you don't, then I'll rap Draco." "No, you fucking bastard," I yielded. But then Draco looked at me sadly with his evil gothic red eyes that looked so depressant and sexy. He looked exactly like a pentagram. Lol, get it, 'cause I'm a Satanist. Between Kurt Cobain and Gerard. But then I looked at Vampire, and he looked so smexy too with his gothic black hair. I thought of the time when we screwed, and the time I did it with Draco, and Dumbledore came, and the time where Draco almost committed suicide, and Vampire was so sportive. Snipe laughed angrily. He started to pray to Volxemort. He started to do an incapacitation, dancing around the Stokes, whipping Draco and Vampire. Suddenly, an idea I had. I closed my eyes and used my vampire powers. I sent a telepathic message to Draco and Vampire so they would destruct Snape. "Dumbledore will get you," Draco shooted. "Yeah, just wait until Mystery find out," Vampire yelled. Meanwhile, I took out my wand. "You ridiculous dunderhead," Snoop yielded. He took off all Draco's clothes, just as he was about to rape him. "Crossio!" I shitted, pointing my wound. Snoop screamed and started running around the room, screaming. Meanwhile, I grabbed my black mobile and sent a text to Sirius. I stopped doing Crucio. "You dunderhead, 111, I'm going to kill," shooted Snape. But suddenly, Severus came. Snake put the whip behind his back. "Oh, hello, Sev. I was just teaching them something," he lied. But suddenly Lucian and Professor Trelawney came into the room, and Sirius unlocked the chains and put them around Snap. Then Professor Trelawney said, "Come on, Ebony, let's go." Chapter 31. Author's Note. I said shut the fuck up, you quaifs. Stop calling Ebony a Mary Sue, okay? I do not even know what's going to happen, okay? So fuck you. Thanks to my BFF Raven for the help. XXX 666 XXX. I always knew you were on Voldemort's side, you son of a bitch. Buffy rocks, Sirius said to Snape. No, I'm not. I was teaching them something, Snap clammed. Oh fucking yeah? I took some black Voldemort serum out of my pocket and gave it to Severus. He made Snap drink it. He did it earnestly. Then Luscious took out a tap recorder and started playing it while he did curses on Snap. Then Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them while holding Snap told his secretaries. Lucian took Vampire and Draco to the nurse after thanking me 1,000,000 times. Professor Trelawney took me to a dark room. Now I was going to go back in time to seduce Voldemort. Moving posters of MCR and Nirvana were all over. Hermione, Darkness, and Willow came too. Bloody Mary gave me a black bag from Tom Ridd's store. "What's in the bag?" I asked Professor Trelawney. "You will see," she said. I opened the bag. In it was a sexy, tight, low-smut black leather Gothic dress. It had red corset stuff and there was a slit up the leg. I put it on. My friends helped me put on the black fishnets and black pointy boots Willow had chosen. Willow and Darkness helped me put on black eyeliner and blood-red lipstick. "You look fucking kawaii, bitch," Bloody Mary said. "Fangs," I said. "Okay, now you're going to go back in Tim," said Professor Sinister. "You will have to do it in a few sessions." She gave me a black gun. I put it in a strap on my fishnets like in Resident Evil. Then she gave me a black time turner. "After an hour, use the time turner to go back here," Professor Trelawney said. Then she and Bloody Mary put a pensive in front of me. Everyone went in front of it. "Good luck," everyone shooted. Darkness and Willow gave me Death's Touch Sin. Then I jumped sexily into the pensive. Suddenly, I was in front of to school. In front of me was one of the sexiest goth guys I had ever seen. He was wearing long black hair, kind of like Milky Way, only black. He had gren eyes like Billy Joe Armstrong and pale, wit skin. He was wearing a black, ripped-up suit with Vans. It was Tom Bombadil. Chapter 32. Author's Note. I said, "Stop flamming. I know his name isn't Tom Bodil. That was a mistake. If you do not like the story, then you can go screw yourself. You suck. XXXXXXXXX." "Hi," I said flirtily. "I'm Inobi Way, the new student." I shook my pale hands with their black nail polish with him. "The name's Tom," he said, "but you can call me Satan. That's my middle name." We shook hands. "Well, come on, we have to go upstairs," Satan said. I followed him. "Hey, Satan, do you happen to be a fan of Gren Day? Since MCR and Evanescence don't exist yet then," I asked. "Oh my fucking god, how did you know?" Satan gasped. "Actually, I like GC a lot too." Get it? Because GC did that song, I Just Want to Live, that sounded really 80s. "OMG, me too," I replied happily. "Guess what? They have a concert in Hogsmeade," Satan whispered. "Hogsmeade?" I asked. "Yeah, that's what they used to call it in these times before it became Hogsmeade in 2000, he told me all secretively. "And there's a really cool shop called Hot Topic," I finished, happy again. He frowned confusedly. "No, it's called Hot Issue." He smiled secretively again. "Then in 1998 they changed it to Hot Topic," he moaned. Oh, now everything was making sense for me. "So is Dumbledore your principal?" I shouted. "Uh-huh." He looked at his black nails. "I'm in Slytherin." "OMFG! Shmee too!" I shrieked. "You go to this skull? Get it, 'cause I'm Gothic?" he asked. "Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm new," I smelled happily. Suddenly, Dumbledore flew in on his broomstick and started shredding at us angrily. "No talking in the halls." He had short blonde hair and was wearing a polo shirt from American Ogle Outfitters. "Stupid goths." Satan rolled his eyes. "He is so men to us goths and punks just because we're in Slytherin and we're not preps." I turned around angrily. "Actually, I think maybe it's because you're the Barca Lord." "WTF?" he asked angrily. "Oh, nuffin'," I said sweetly. Then suddenly the floor opened. "OMFG, no," I screamed as I fell down. Everyone looked at me weirdly. "Hey, where are you going?" Satan asked as I fell. I got out of the hole, and it was back in the pensive in Professor Travelloni's classroom. Dumbledore was there. "Dumbledore, I think I just met you," I said. "Oh yeah, I remember dat," Dumbledore said, trying to be all gothic. Sinister came in. "Hey, this is my classroom. Wait, what the fuck, Inobi, what the hell are you doing?" I looked at her. "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." "WTH, how?" I screamed, forgetting she was a teacher for a second. But she's a goth, so it's okay. Professor Sinister looked sad. I was drinking Voldemort serum." She started to cry black tears of depression. Dumbledum didn't know about them. "Hey, are you crying tears of blood?" he asked curiously, touching a tear. "Fuck off," we both said, and Dumbledum took his hand away. Professor Sinister started crying again in her chair, sobbing limpid tears. "OMFG, Inobi, I think I'm addicted to Voldemort serum." Author's note. "See, you fucking preps go fuck yourselves. That's serious issues to go to hell." 111112. Chapter 33. Author's note. I said shut up. It's not my fault, okay? If you don't like the story, then you're a prep, so fuck you, flamers. P.S. I'm not updating until you give me 5 good God reviews this time I mean it. 111. You suck. Thanks to Raven for the help. I'll promise to help you with your story next, lols. XXX 666 XXX. "Oh my fucking god," I shooted sadly. "Should we get you to St. Manga's, bitch?" "Hell no," she said. "Listen, Agogi, I need your help. Next time you go back in Tim, do you think you could ask Tom Anderson for some help?" "Sure," I said sadly. I went outside the door. Draco was there. He was wearing a big black GC t-shirt, which was his Panamas. "Hey, sexy," I said. "How'd it go, Inobi?" he asked in his voice that was so sexy and low, kind of like Gerard Way when he's talking. "Fine," I responded. We started to go back into their dorm. "How far did you go with Satan?" Draco asked jealously. "Not too far, lol," I borked. "Will you have to do it with him?" Draco asked angstily. "I hope not too far," I shouted angrily. Then I felt bad for shooting at him. I said sorry. We Frenched. "What happened to Snipe?" I growled. "You will see," Draco giggled mistressly. He opened a door. Snape and Lumpkin was there. Sirius was porking them by staging them with a black knife. "No, please," Lumpkin bagged as Sirius started to suck his blood. I laughed statistically. I talked some photons of him and Snap being tortured. "Okay, I know this is men, but think about it, people. They were pedos and Snap tried to rap them and New Day sadists. Rock, has anyone seen Shrek Attack 3, lols?" We took some of Snipe's blood, then Draco and I went back to our rooms. We sat on my gothic black coffin. My clothes were kind of drifty, so I put on a black leather outfit fingal kind of like the one Sulaine had in Underworld. If you haven't heard of it, then fuck off. I put on some black platform high heels. Darko put on Desolation Livers by MCR. Then we started to take off each other's clothes. I took off his shit and he had a 6-pack, lols. We started to mac out in like the Grudge. He put his wetness in my you-know-what sexily. I got an orgy. "Oh, Draco. Oh, my fucking good Draco," I screamed passively as he got an erection. "I love you to Ebony," he whispered sexily, and then we fell asleep, lol. Chapter 34. Author's note. Shut the fuck up, preps. Have you even read the story? You're probably just preps and posers, so fuck you. Thanks to Raven for the help. XXX 666 XXX. I woke up in the coffin the next day. Draco was gone. I got up and put on a black, tight sexa dress that was all ripped at the end. There was red corset stuff going up the front and the back, and it came up to my knees. There was a slit in the dress like in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I put on ripped black fishnets and black Stilton boots. Suddenly, Sorius cocked on the door. I opened it. "Hi, Ebony," he said. "Guess what? You have to come to Professor Sinister's office." "Okay," I said in a depressed voice. I had wanted to fuck Draco, or maybe listen to MCR or Evanescence. I came anyway. "So what the fuck happened to Snipe and Lupin?" I asked Sorius, flirtily. "I fucking tortured them," he said, in a statistic way. "They are in Azkaban now, lol." I laughed evilly. "Where are Draco and Vampira?" I muttered. "They are excused from school today," Sodomized moaned sexily. "Right now they are watching The Nightmare Before Xmas." We went into the office. Professor Sinister was there. She was wearing a gothic black dress that was all ripped all over it, kind of like the one Amy Lee wears in this pic. HTTP/. She was drinking some Volsimort serum. She took out the pensive and the time torner. "Enobi, you will have to do another session now. Also, I need you to get me the cure for being addicted," she said sadly. "Good luck. Fangs." And then I jumped into the pensive again. Suddenly I looked around. I was in the great hall eating Count Chorkula. It was morning. I was sitting next to Satan. On a table was a tall, gothic man with long black hair, pale skin, and blue eyes, wearing a suit and black Converse shoes. He looked just like Sherilyn Manson. I noticed he was drinking a portent. "Who's he?" I asked. "Oh, that's Professor Slutborn," Satan said. "He's the portents teacher." "Enobi?" "Yeah?" I asked. "Did you know that Marilyn Manson is playing in Hogsmeade tonight, and they are showing The Exercise at the movies before that?" "Yeah?" "Well, want to go to the concert and the movie with me?" Chapter 35. Ghost of You. Author's note. Thanks to Susie for the idea. You rock. Fuck of preps. Thanks to Raven for the help. You rock, girl. P.S. I'm going to end the story really soon, so fuck you. Oh yeah, and if you don't any gothic names, please tell me, cause I need one for serious. Fangs. XXX 666 XXX. I went into the conman room thinking of Satan. Suddenly, I gasped. Draco was there. I grasped. He looked as hot as ever, wearing black leather pants and a black Lunken Prack t-shirt and black eyeliner. "Draco, what the fuck are you dong?" I gasped. "Huh?" he asked. Then I remembered. It wasn't Draco. It was Lucian. He still had 2 arms. "Oh, hi, Lucian," I said. "I'm Ebony, the new student, lol, we shook hands." "Yeah, Satan told me about you," Lucian said. He pointed to a group of sexy gothic guys. They were sitting in a corner cutting. It was Sirius, Vampire's dad, and snap! All of them were wearing black eyeliner and black Good Charlotte band shirts. "Listen, I'm in a goth band with those guys," he said. "We were playing tonight at the Marilyn Mason show as backup." "Orally?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. "We're called X Black X Tier X. I played the guitar. Spartacus plays the drums," he said, pointing to him. "Snap plays the bass, and James plays the guitar, too, even though we call him Samaro, after Samara in the Ring." "Hey, bastards," I told them. They gave me Death's Touch Sin. Suddenly, I gasped again. But you don't have a lead singer, I asked. Lucian looked down sadly. We used to, but she did. She contemplated suicide by slitting her wrists. Oh my fucking god. That's so fucking sad, I gasped. It's okay, but we need a new lead snigger, Samaro said. Well, I said, I'm in a band myself. Really? Asked Snap. I couldn't believe it. He used to be Gothic. Yeah, said everyone. So the guys took out their guitars. They began to play a song by, get it, 'cause bi guys are so sexy, Gurn Day. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, I sang sexily. I did not own the lyrics to that song. Everyone gasped. Anappi, will you join the band, please? Begged Lucian, Samoro, Sirius, and Snap. Okay, I shrugged. Are we going to play tonight? Yeah, they said. Okay, I said, but I knew that I had to get a new outfit. I walked outside, wondering how I could go forward in time. Suddenly, someone jumped in front of me. It was Marty McFly. He was wearing a black banana t-shirt and black baggy jeans. What the hell are you doing here? I asked. I will help you go forward in Tim, Enobi, he said seriously. Then he took out a black Tim machine. I went into it, and, suddenly, I was forward in Tim. Chapter 36. Author's Note. I said stop flaming, okay, 11111. I bet you are all a probably old 70 years olds. P.S. Porter sucks, you're a prep. Oh, yeah, and thanks to the help for Raven. Have fun in England, girl. XXX666XXX. I looked around in a depressed way. Suddenly, I saw Professor Sinister, Bloody Mary, Socrates, and Draco, Vampire, and Willow were there too. OMFG, Sorius, I saw you and Samaro and Snip and everyone, 111. I can't believe Snap used to be Gothic. Yeah, I know, Sirius said sadly. Oh, hey there, bitch, Professor Trelawney said in an emo voice, drinking some Volximort serum. Hi, fucker, I said. Listen, Satan asked me out to a Gothic concert and a movie, so I need a sexy new outfit for the date. Also, I'm playing in a Gothic band, so I need an outfit for that too. Oh my Satan! Get it? 'Cause lols, she's Gothic? Gasped Bloody Mary. Want to go to Hot Topic to shop for your outfit? OMFS, let's have a group cutting session, said Professor Trelawney. I can't fucking wait for that, but we need to get some stuff first, said Willow. Yeah, we need some portions for Professor Trelawney so she won't be addicted to Volximort serum anymore, and also some love potion for Enobi, Darko said, resultantly. Well, we have potions class now, Willow said, so let's go. We went sexily to potions class, but Snap wasn't there. Instead, there was Cornelio Fuck. Hey, where the fuck is Dumbledore? Draco shouted angrily. STFU1, shooted Cornelia Fuck. He is in Azkaban now with Snip and Lupin. He is old and weak and he has cancer. Now do your work. My friends and I talked arngly. Can you believe Snap used to be Gothic? Vampire asked surprisedly. That's it, Cornelio Fuck shooted angrily. I'm getting Professor Bridge. He stomped out angrily. My friends and I began to talk again. I began to drink some blood mixed with beer. Suddenly, I saw Hagrid in the cupboard. WTF is he doing? I asked. Then I looked at Draco. He was wearing tons of eyeliner, and he looked sexier than ever. Suddenly, Hagrid, what the fuck are you doing? He shooted. I looked around. Hagrid was putting something in my glass of blood. Darko and Vampire started to beat him up sexily. God, you're such a poser, I shooted at Hagrid. Suddenly, I looked at what he was putting into blood. It was amnesia portion.